This is the IST Health Tip of the Day. I'm your host, Roberto Parker. This podcast, we tackle the tough questions related to exercise, training for athletes, human performance, biochemical, biomechanical dysfunctions, problems that sometimes you have questions about that you don't quite know the answer to. So stay tuned, enjoy, take good notes, and God bless. What are the three most important biochemicals that we need for survival in our bodies, that our bodies should be producing? Well, here's what they are. Insulin. Insulin escorts nutrients, specifically glucose, to tissues of the body. Your muscles, your brain, your organs, you need that. Now, unfortunately, Americans, because of their diet, called the standard American diet, SAD, we have an epidemic of hyperinsulinemia in this country, where people are producing too much insulin. When you produce too much insulin, that stifles things, that creates resistance patterns in the body, specifically insulin resistance. And that can do some damage to your body metabolically speaking. Excuse me. Now, when not enough insulin is produced, that's hypoinsulinemia, also known as type 1 diabetes. That can also have a bad effect because now your body's not going to grow like it should. Tissues are not going to get produced and turned over like they should. Cell production. So that is also an issue. Now, secondly, is gut health. And this is one I talk about a lot because, in my opinion, gut health is really the main problem we have in our industrialized society. If you do not have a good gut flora, that will lead to a plethora of issues, such as neurological, digestive problems, elimination. How often are you pooping and peeing? Bone and joint and skin. Good gut flora feeds all of that. You have to have, in other words, good gut flora is really bacteria because our bodies are mainly a bacterial and viral DNA organism. That's what we are. That's what we are made of. And so when those things are not properly balanced via the gut, that will affect your brain, that will affect your joints, that will affect your skin, that will affect muscles and long-term health. So that's important. Okay, now the third one is muscle density. You might be thinking, well, wait a minute, Roberto. How is muscle a chemical? Muscle density, I didn't say pumped up bodybuilder muscle. I didn't say being able to bench press 400 pound type of muscle. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying good quality muscle density makes actin and myosin. When those cross filaments cross like that, that also produces myokines. I've talked about this many, many times. Myokines are like hormones that communicate with various parts of your body, just like insulin does. And myokines will help to stimulate growth in a good way. It will help to produce good bones and good joints. Now, here's another thing about muscles. Muscles help to strengthen your joints. Joints have nerves running through them. Now, when muscles become weak, guess what happens to those joints? They become weak. When joints become weak, guess what happens to the nerves that run through them? They become compromised. What do nerves feed to and communicate with? Organs and other major tissues of the body. Are you guys tracking with me here? So when you improve or have good quality muscle density, you will improve your overall health. Now there's a fourth one I'll throw in there. I know I said three, but I'm not really counting this, but it's important. Cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone that is your fight or flight hormone. Now, if that is not in check, that's going to create a lot of problems as well. And typically, that's related to your stress. In fact, it is related to your stress, almost 100% related to your stress. So, when you're chemically stressed, physically stressed, emotionally stressed, cortisol will kick in. Now, if cortisol gets out of balance in combination with too much insulin, not enough insulin, poor gut health, poor muscle density, you are a train going off the track. It's just a matter of time. So, but those are the top three biochems I wanted to discuss with you. All of those must be balanced. Now, there's a way to check these things via labs, via lifestyle assessments, biochemical assessments. There's ways we can check this. I do a thing called a metabolic typing assessment. Contact me if you need some help with that. I also work with people in menu planning. I would say this. I'm a big proponent of exercise. I think it's important. We have to do it. My last podcast was on explosive training. Everybody should be doing some sort of strength work and some sort of explosive type of training as well. But guys, if you're not putting the right type of stuff in your system, it's all for naught. But you've got to find out what is the right type of stuff. What is the right balance for you? And I'm not going to say all carnivore or all vegan or all paleo. Everybody's going to be different. I've said that 1,000 times. Every one of you out there are different in terms of how your biochemical makeup is. Some people can handle more carbohydrates. Some people can handle more fats. Some people can handle more proteins and fats. Some people can handle a combination of all three of those major nutrients. Some of you can't. I mean, you have to have a certain balance. Some people can do more of a vegan. Some people can do more of a carnivore, can do more of a paleo. But I believe this: if you do the same thing all the time, your body will become stagnant, just like training and exercise. So I believe you need to change it up. And that's where I come in and help you with menu planning. And we can cycle in and out of different ways of eating. Eat more, eat less. Exercise more, exercise less. More protein, a little bit less protein. More carbs, less carbs. More fat, less fat. It's called cycling. Intermittent fasting, long-term fasting, all those things play in. All those things play into also, once again, getting back to those three major biochems: insulin, gut health, which is flora, bacteria, muscle density. They all play together, guys, in the same sandbox. So, guys, contact me if you need any help. Thanks for listening. Take care. God bless. This has been another IST Health Tip of the Day.